ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृश्यं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं Sadgurum Tam Namami. In the last session, we discussed this peace is not only Swarupam of you and Ishvara, but also of every object in the world. So wherever the mind rests upon, there is nothing but peace. So to comprehend this, we have taken support of the famous Gita verse, Nasato Vidyate Bhavo. The entire manifestation is permeated with existence. So this existence is of infinite nature, which in experience is peace. We also discussed 3 reasons for being ignorant of its all-pervading presence. But once we cultivate a thought-free alertness, we cannot miss the infinite existence. Then you are told to open your third eye and access this immutable peace, even in midst of activities. So were you successful?
Not very successful, Maharaj. I feel that I am being dragged into this thing.
Okay.
The work. Means time and again, the more I try to get back, the more I am dragged into the work. The mind is dragged into the work. The thoughts about work and other things.
So the key to success here lies in recognizing the background of this infinite existence. So that line you have to very carefully understand what I said. So then today, based on your feedback, we will recollect some of these things in a new light. If you have understood, then that understanding itself will bestow you this recognition, which is unchanging. What you have to recognize? This infinite existence. So what is this existence? It is the experience of easiness. So when I say those words, it is making sense. Experience of easiness we are seeing. Or pure being. Some call it presence. What is all this? It is the raw presence of any given thing before mind made labels, before your mind comes and makes a judgment or brings in a concept. So the mind will make layers and layers of concepts of every object we cognize. So here when we are saying existence means, I am not saying here infinite existence, only existence. If you say, what are we implying? So we all should imply the same thing. What is it? So for that I am saying that is just easiness, presence. So usually we experience anything in the world through the lens of our mind and the attributed labels that the mind will offer us. So experience of existence implies shift of focus entirely to the profound fact that it exists. So in ordinary experience right now, if you look, because you are all indoors now, you are looking at a table that is in front. So if you look at the table, your mind may instantly label it. It will say, oh, this is a table belong to that Swami, I have taken it from there. Or this table, so many years old. Like that, the mind will bring some label or other. But if you look at any other dynamic object, like if you from your window, if you look outside and if you look at a tree, then your mind will instantly label name of the tree. It will tell this is a mango tree. It will provide lot of shade. It will give you fruits. Now there are 3 or 4 hanging there. All these it will tell the mind. Here, in the experience of easiness regarding the tree, the label of the tree will drop away. Then you are face to face with experience of existence. So I am trying to slowly guide you to that experience of that existence. Any object, if you take, if the mind label about the object drops, then what remains is that experience of pure existence. Be very attentive. Here, a great event takes place here. So, as we try to comprehend the existence of any object as it really is, we remain as existence itself. Got this point? You are in front of me, I am paying attention to you, and you are paying attention to me. Now, when I am perceiving you, the existence of you, then what happens? The existence as it really is. Then in that perception, I remain as existence. Got it? What is meant by remaining as existence itself? We transcend the labels that our mind offers about ourselves. So there I am trying to stick on to that existence, but in that process, I am not doing anything about me. I am only looking at the object there and trying to appreciate the existence there. But in that process, what is happening? I automatically transcend the label that the mind, my mind, offers about myself. So we are at that moment free of all labels, external and internal. It may be for a fraction of time, but this is what is happening there, that you have to be very clear. Then what happens is we remain as that one existence, that is bestowing existence to the object in front of me, to every object that is in front of me. This only, this experience what you have of that existence, that only is imparting existence to every object outside and to the body mind apparatus also. Did you get it? So in a way we are doing this exercise since few weeks, but I did not present it like what I told now. There the object was our Ishtadevata all these weeks. So now I am saying a tree is there, table is there, and the person in front of me is there. But what did we do all these weeks? In that place of that object, who is there? Our Ishtadevata is there. Initially, we were connected to this Ishtadevata with name and form. Later, with qualities. So as we were able to remain preoccupied more and more with my Ishtadevata, Then what happened? Some profound thing happened. We were able to be free of all labels and had access to existence of Ishvara. At that moment, we transcended the labels that our mind offers about ourselves too. So we are at that moment free of all labels, external and internal, and we remained as infinite existence. When the mind tries to comment on that infinite existence, it will come up with a label called peace. Is this clear? So when there is an object and when you are trying to appreciate the object as it is, means you are trying to appreciate the existence of the object, then in the appreciation of that existence you remain as that existence, we are saying. That's what I discussed till now. But then you, even if you leave this and if you again connect back to the Ishtadevata Upasana, so in various ways you try to remain as the one with the Ishtadevata, and in that process what happened, the more and more you are occupied with that Ishtadevata, then the concepts about the Ishtadevata will give way. Then what is there is only the existence aspect of that Ishtadevata. And that moment, if you look back, you don't have any label about yourself also. But you did not consciously try to do that. Jnana means what? You leave everything objectively and you make your body mind as an object and you try to initiate vichara and go to the existence aspect, the reality that is there in the subject. Bhakti means what? You have the Ishtadevata as the only object, the divine object, and you are so much preoccupied with it to an extent where only existence remains. But when you touch upon the existence, what is there? There is only one existence. Got it? Then is there any difference between bhakti and jnana? So once you have recognized that, even when you are sitting for yourself now, is that peaceful?
Yes, Maharaj.
Good. So where did that peace come from?
It did not come from anywhere. It was already there.
Very good. See, it did not come from anywhere. It is always there, unrecognized. But now it has been recognized. Is this clear? Or you want me to go further on this?
Oh, it is clear, Maharaj.
Okay. So can you describe about the peace you recognized?
In this process, Maharaj, there is no subject-object relation.
Yes. So if you are forced to describe about the peace you recognized, what would you say?
It's a like ultimate peace. That is a pure existence, I can say.
Correct. But if I stubbornly force you to say, then
I
am, you will tell. So it is very difficult, really, correct? Because it will be very difficult to put in words. Why? Because it is the peace that will surpass all understanding. That's why even in the Bible, I think it is written, peace that passeth all understanding. Ordinarily, for us to be happy or peaceful, we need various factors to be favorable, like externally and internally. But now, nothing affects this peace. Why? Because this peace, what you have appreciated, it is synonym for absolute existence. Pure existence, when the mind comes back and tries to make something about this existence, it will exclaim that it is peace. That is a label, maybe the first label that has been given to this experience of this absolute existence. This absolute existence is not within the limitation of space and time. This all you have to note, not as my words, as a commentary of your experience. Got it? So this absolute existence is not within the limitation of space and time. In that experience, the space as such looks meaningless, and so too time. So this we have to verify based on our own experience. When you are saying existence of an object, and when you are trying to appreciate what that existence is, you are immediately face to face with your own existence. Not that there are two existences, there is only one existence. That is the absolute existence. And in that absolute existence, it is as though the time will freeze. Then space, if there is no time, then what is there? At the most we can say the mind is not used to all these. So if you again the mind comes back, and just as earlier it labeled it as peace, it will come and tell there is a state of only now, it will tell. Now means no past, no future. What is there is there. At the most the mind will tell this now only is there, it will tell. So this state of pure existence, this only is even bestowing existence to space and time. So even in that space and time, which are relative, they are able to exist because of this absolute existence. This absolute existence by itself, it does not have a beginning or an end. That's why one of you said, when I asked you to comment on it, what did you say? It is beyond cause and effect. Because it has no beginning and it has no end. Where did this come from? I asked. What he told beautifully, that it does not come from anywhere. It is there here only, and I recognized. Okay. If it has not come from anywhere, will it go anywhere? Will it go? It cannot go. So this point you have to acknowledge always before going to your activity. When you are sitting, you are recognizing it clearly. See, what all we are discussing now, you might not have dwelt on this topic so one-pointedly, because you are not forced to do that. But now there is nothing big happening. I am making sure that you remain with your innate experience. That's all. So this is very simple, provided you are fully in this moment. You are, I know, because of the answers you are giving. So this experience as such, you feel it has a beginning, because till now we did not care for it, and now you are one-pointedly trying to access it. So then it appears it has a beginning. But then you will say, no, it is always there. I have taken it for granted and I did not recognize. Okay, now I recognized. Now, will that experience go anywhere? It cannot go. It is only a one-way entry. No beginning and no end. You know why it has no beginning and no end? Because by itself it is changeless. So if it is changeless, then it cannot have a beginning and an end. Why? Simply because only that which is in the realm of space and time changes. That's all. If it is within the realm of space and time only, it will change. This timeless, spaceless, changeless, peaceful state is what you have recognized. One more name if you want, I can call it Shiva, this peaceful state. Then what is it that is within time, within space, subject to change, and seemingly restless? What is it called? Kali. So what is Shiva and what is Kali is clear. The timeless, spaceless, changeless, peaceful state is called Shiva. Within time, within space, subject to change, seemingly restless. You have to note that word, seemingly restless. That is called Kali. Kali needs Shiva for existence. Yes? In your temple, is it not like that? In and through Kali, there is only Shiva. But for Shiva, there is no Kali at all. Without Kali, Shiva can exist. Then what is Kali as such? I'll repeat. Kali needs Shiva for existence. In and through Kali, there is only Shiva. Existence as existence. But for Shiva, there is no Kali at all. So without Kali, Shiva will exist. Then what is Kali as such? What is Kali?
Shiva only.
It is only a transient appearance or phenomenon. Transient appearance. Shiva only, that part I won't tell, because then why I don't want to tell that? Because you may end up in an imagination. Because if you don't understand exactly experientially what is this Shiva, then you will bring back that Shiva into the realm of Kali. That we don't want to do now. Then the whole purpose is gone. We will remain where we started. And then we will be disturbed in activity. Because you have not touched on Shiva. Activity is at the level of Kali. There, some grand imagination of Shiva is there. That I want to dismantle now. So what is Kali as such? Shiva's transient appearance or phenomenon, we are saying. Anything that is real in that Kali is only that existence. No name or form or anything of that Kali is real there, because that is always continuously changing. The dance of the Kali. Will Kali sit still even for a moment? If it tries to remain still, what is there there? Only Shiva is there. So what is Kali as such? If you say, it is only the transient appearance or phenomenon. Like that Alatam, you remember now in Mandukya Karika? At a speed you find so many shapes. But when it stops, what is there? Where are the shapes? No, they are not there. If the whole thing is viewed apart from Shiva, if something is there, if you assume, what is it? It is Maya. Maya means what? It is there for experience, but it is unable to stand scrutiny. That's all. Apart from Shiva, if anything is there, that is only Maya. Maya means what? It looks as though it is there. That's all. Namesake, it is there. Each words, they are going more and more deeper into it. Namesake, it is there. So if you want to achieve anything at the level of Maya, who will help you? Shiva or Kali?
Kali.
Kali. Kali only. Yes? So you have to be very clear here. If you want absolute peace, which is changeless, spaceless, timeless, who will help you? Answer.
Shiva.
Ah,
Shiva.
Kali.
only we can.
Very good. Not Shiva. Kali only. Very important point this is. If you want absolute peace, which is changeless, timeless, spaceless, who will help you? Kali only. How it will help? Now you tell how it will help. Correct. I agree. Kali only. How it will help?
To come out from the time and space aspect.
Yes, that's fine. That is the only way. Why only Kali will help is that the other Shiva is not within the realm
Yes.
to even appreciate your prayer or your screaming or your crying. So for us only Kali is there when you are confined to your body mind. Okay. But how Kali will help is by creating a conducive environment. That's all. Conducive environment for what?
To experience the pure existence.
Yes, correct. Anything further anybody wants to add? How Kali will help? By creating a conducive environment where we cease. See, where we cease. Now you tell what you told earlier.
To experience the pure existence.
Got it
To
now?
come out from.
So your answer and my answer are same. Where we cease as name and form, where we remain as existence. So Kali will take us to our own existence. And at that moment, Kali will cease and remain as existence, as Shiva. See? Kali has come to help his devotee in our form. But once Kali makes this journey, what will happen? It will take you and it will remain as Shiva. There is no Kali, no you also. So individuality focused on Kali alone. Then what is happening? That Kali, it will give you access to the existence of Kali. Then both Kali and your individuality, they both will get sublated in absolute existence. That is what we did till now, all these weeks. And that is easy. That is not difficult. It is easy for us.
Yes. Kali will show that it's her existence. It's nothing but the pure existence, the Shiva.
Correct.
The same thing there in the Thakur will say in Kathamrita.
So we started with name and form. Then we went to the qualities. Qualities are more subtle than the name and form. Then we went further subtle to experience in the qualities that which is not subject to change. Then we touched upon this infinity, infinite existence. And in that experience of that infinite existence, everything got sublated. One side, the Ishvara to whom I worshipped, and the other side, the worshipper me, both. So we started with Kali and we remained as Shiva. Who took us to Shiva? Kali. But on touching Shiva, there is neither me nor Kali, but only Shiva. If anything is there, then what is it? Yes, you are raising your hand. You tell.
Does Kali means here you are telling that Vigrahal Roop?
Now, any form which you worship, any form, either in a very gross or subtle in qualities, anything within the realm of mind is Kali, but which is auspicious, which you feel as auspicious and where you feel like worshipping within the realm of uh, name, form, and concepts, that is Kali, your Ishtadevata. But on touching Shiva, there is neither me nor Kali, but only Shiva. If at all anything is there apart from Shiva, anything is there, that is not Shiva then. If anything is there, then it is not Shiva, but Maya. That is Shiva's unreal phenomenon, like Kali in another form. So if you try to interpret that experience as anything other than this pure existence or absolute existence, then that is called Maya. That is Shiva's unreal phenomenon. It is Kali in another form. Like anything objective is Kali. So Hrutstale Mana Swastata, that implies remaining as Shiva, that is as changeless peace. So externally do not expect anything to happen. If you expect, you are not remaining as Shiva, but as an imagination of Shiva, which in effect is Kali or Maya. Whatever happens externally, it's happening, that's all. But blissfully remain as the substratum of changeless peace. Because Kali or Maya, what is that? Externally, whatever you experience, it is only that. There, once you know it is only an unreal appearance, why are we bothered about it? You only have to blissfully remain as the substratum of changeless peace. Okay. So now we'll give you homework. So you take one object to your attention, even before you go to work. Any object you take. But every day, at least till we stabilize, you take only one object to your attention. Anything. And even where you are working on your table, because in your room, if you have Sri Ramakrishna's photo, you take that Sri Ramakrishna as the object of your attention. Because that Sri Ramakrishna is there again in your workplace also. Maybe they put his photos everywhere only for us to do this exercise. What is that exercise? You take that object to our attention. You can pardon me because I am using that word object for your Ishtadevata. But it is being done with a very noble purpose of going to the reality of that Ishta. Okay? Appreciate the existence aspect and let that alone remain in your focus. First, in your room. You are connecting to the existence aspect. So here, what is there in our focus is not the existence of an object, but the existence of entire objectivity, which includes our body and mind. See, this third step, you may have to take some time initially. That's why 5 minutes you have to spend on this. First, you look at that photo, object that is, and then you go to the existence of that object. And as you are doing that, what is happening here? You are transcending your own body mind. This whole thing becomes object, and you are having access to that pure existence. Now remain as that very existence without reference to forms.
The existence itself.
Very good. That is correct. Existence alone is remaining as that existence. That is absolute existence. The name we give there is peace. Now you are entering into activity. So the activity, you cannot expect anything great to happen. It is exactly as it is. See, now you are enriched with the Shiva consciousness in you. And you are going. You are going with a Kali dancing on that Shiva already as your own body mind. Got it? Your body mind is the Kali. And you have the appreciation of this knowledge as Shiva. So once you go to the workplace, the Kali dance is becoming even more vibrant, that's all. But nothing is happening to Shiva. In and through all that vibrancy, what is there is only Shiva. Got it? This part you hear again and use this for your activity from today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.